I
What
really
are
right now are young and I really,
what are your business
uh,
ideas?
well, I just deal with automotive catalysts. The under the cars and them the catalytic converters.
Okay, yeah.
I used to buy and sell it, but I want to like it have the precious metals, rhodium, palladium, and platinum in the monolith, the ceramic monolith in the catalyst itself.
Okay, you want to sell car
So I want
parts.
to
Is that what you're
import
saying? You want to sell car parts?
not car parts. I explain it is like you're scrapping it for the metals and a certain it have a certain part in the car that have precious metals in it, like
Okay.
rhodium and
Okay, you want to
palladium and
recycle
things.
precious metals.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Keep in mind you have a very heavy accent, really hard to
yeah,
understand you. Okay. So
yeah.
I'm trying to do my best. Okay,
Sorry
so
about
what is
that.
the business idea? You want to recycle precious metals from car parts. What is the business idea?
Well, I'll be importing. I was speaking to a few suppliers from China, and to import the scrap metal to my country, and I will hire some refiners, and I also to do the refining process, and then sell it metal, ship it out to the US to sell it for profit to the metal refiners out there, platinum
Okay.
buyers, rhodium buyers.
That sounds like you're going to need millions and billions of dollars to do something like that. That doesn't sound
Not
like a
really.
simple process.
No, 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 no. The scrap, like personally in my country, right? Like it is a knowledge based thing because at the same right now, currently, if you could pull up on Google right now, you could Google the price per gram of rhodium right now or the price per ounce of rhodium.
Okay,
I
but
think
what
right
does
now
it
it's like
cost for you to extract these metals from these car parts? Are you going to import the
well,
whole car or just the parts?
that's the part. That's the scrap already like old used catalysts. I'm
Okay.
importing it to my country. And the process,
But someone has to
you
remove the
soak in the
catalyst from the car, right? So are you going to do that in China or in Jamaica?
no, it come already. The part come separate already,
Okay.
like scrap, like old used cars out there. They
Okay.
cutting off the part and ship it to me,
Okay.
or I don't even have to get the whole catalyst. I just get the part I really want, the honeycomb. It have a honeycomb inside, and that's the part with the precious metals.
Okay. And they can't recycle this precious metal in China or Canada or US already?
No, a lot is based on who know and the people. Well, the people selling people remember scrap yards and things that export the scrap and the parts and things. So
Okay.
selling
So they may not
well,
know that you can do this. Okay. So have you done the calculations how much, let's say, a 40-foot container or 20-foot container would cost with all these parts to import to Jamaica, you doing the labor, then exporting the fine product to
no,
back to US?
really and truly is not a really. It's not a hard finance and the profits on it is really it's unbelievable actually because at tons here I could send you some screenshots on Messenger so you can follow up with me.
Okay.
That's it. I just there's a supplier I was talking to from madeinchina.com. So I really and truly, the only thing I need right now is like the capital. I was thinking really and truly organizing. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. I just all people in Trinidad just talk.
Yeah, it's
Just
not
go
talking
through.
too fast, just enunciate. Um,
Yeah.
so I didn't receive any pictures from you on Messenger. So have you done any calculations yet?
Well, yeah. Well, for the whole thing, honestly, getting the crate of the scrap parts, the labor to do it, the chemicals needed, the time needed to, for the metals to separate. It really and truly like are looking like 60 to 80K, to be honest. And I could do about 3 shipments. But the hardest part about the situation is the employment factor. I'll find the workers. I really didn't go on I really didn't go on LinkedIn or anything, and but I talking to somebody in the jewelry business, so I will find out about some refiners and thing and just network with people, you know.
Okay.
So honestly speaking, since I look into you as like an elder in this entrepreneurial space. What do you think about this business idea? Honestly speaking.
Well, honestly speaking, I think there's much easier businesses. Because keep in mind, it's the shipping back and forth, right? It's going to be very expensive. And if there is profit margins on these things, trust me, someone in China has looked at this and said, hey, this valuable. I mean, if you look at
No, well,
speakers,
no,
if you,
they know about this. It is not something. Obviously, the men who selling it for scrap know about it, but they selling the remember if them scrap it and sell rhodium just so they'll make a bigger profit. But some manufacturers and old used car, like remember a lot of used cars that has come to the Caribbean and other places that's come from Japan, England also. So you just get a lot of old catalysts and they're selling the monolith. That was called it, the part inside the one, the honeycomb, the ceramic honeycomb. Even though they sell it as at a high price, in one catalyst, you're bound to get 2 grams of rhodium, at least 3 grams of platinum, 2 grams of palladium, you know, so it's big profits you're making on each one. Even
yeah.
anyway,
Well,
one thing,
let's put it this way. There are companies that take the gold out of electronics.
yeah, well, that was going to tell you too. Like, you could order like scrap chips, like the ICG. Well, that was our next thing I wanted to talk about. I was going into that actually, like importing that to my country and
Yeah, but see,
scrapping
the
the gold.
importing part doesn't make sense because if
Yeah,
people know that there's gold and other precious metal in electronics and cars, they're going to do it in their own country. They're not going to
no,
ship
but
the parts
no,
to a
but
different country.
no, but I listen to you. Let me later. Sorry about that. Yeah.
It's the shipping
Uh,
that's going to kill you. If you want to do this and you feel that there's, there's an opportunity here, then you should move to China and set up
move it
the
really.
factory in China.
They feel that I never really think about that. You know. That actually is a good business plan, but China, though.
Well, if that's where the product is, or UK, or I mean, what about in North America? Can you do that in North America? Because the shipping is going to
No,
kill you. The shipping is
you
going to
know,
kill you.
no, but here's our next thing. I could get it, but from Venezuela, but I don't know how to set that up now, like the language barrier and thing. I'd do more research on it. But my country right next to Venezuela, like if you check on the map, Trinidad and Venezuela, I could literally from where I actually from, I could see Venezuela from Trinidad.
Okay.
So Venezuela would it would be even cheaper, but I was just telling you what I done, the research I done know and the knowledge I done know already. I can really tell you something and I ain't really sure about it, you know?
Okay. So do you want to import it to Jamaica because of the cost of living is cheaper in Jamaica?
No, not Jamaica, Trinidad.
Trinidad, sorry. Um, so if you
Yeah,
want low cost of living, why don't you import it to, let's say, the Philippines? The cost of living in the Philippines is much cheaper.
so basically you're saying import it to Philippines and let them refine it and then sell it overseas.
Yeah.
But I need capital. I have to organize.
Well, you're going to need
I don't know.
capital no matter what, but if you're going to find investors, and we can help you find investors, the
No, but
investors are going to want to see the highest return possible. And if the cost of living is cheaper in the Philippines, as opposed to Trinidad, or I don't know how much the difference is, but you need to know
nobody
that.
labor. Actually, well, yeah, we're going on in Trinidad right now. Like, well, recently, like 2, 3 since COVID and them things, we have, and remember Venezuela going down like the economy. Well, was because
Yeah, but
America.
Venezuela is a communist country as well, right?
Actually, I didn't even. Well, the first time I hear, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
No, well, what I'm saying, right? Plenty Venezuelan immigrants was migrating to Trinidad. So the labor in Trinidad, remember it's TT, remember $1 is $7 TT. So imagine, right? I paying a laborer, a refiner, 350 TT a day. And if
Okay.
you watch it,
What
it's
is that in
very small
American
money.
dollars or Canadian dollars?
Which one you wanted then? Canadian is divided by 6, I believe, or 5.
I don't know, but those are the numbers you need to figure
Like,
out. You need to
like
have
70,
precise
70.
numbers.
No, well, after this conversation, I would like to take a number and then I will type up a detailed business plan and
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will send it to you and you tell me what you think about it because these like how I see it, I really find it out through TikTok and like as a man like since I was small I was real research, I was do deep research and thing and I realize you actually talking reality, things are making sense. You ain't talking about drop shipping and well drop shipping nothing real, but you ain't talking about oversaturated businesses then, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so do the math. You have my calendar link. And once you have the math done, then we can schedule another call. Okay.
Uh,
All right.
but
Have a good day. Sorry.
You're not on you don't have a number for WhatsApp?
I don't do WhatsApp. If it's important enough to do a Zoom call. Otherwise, it's just a waste of my time. All right. You have my
No
calendar
problem.
link.
I appreciate the time.
All right. Bye.